What is going on, you guys? Shadow X back with you for another Dokkan battle video, and in this one, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do something different this time around since we're nearing the 6-year anniversary, only a couple days away. By now, we know what the two new LRs are going to be coming to Dokkan, presumably Evolution Blue Vegeta alongside an LR Master Ultra Instinct Goku. Um, it's not 100% confirmed at this point, but I mean, it's literally 99.99999% confirmed at this point. I mean, if you're smart, I'm sure you could be able to figure it out who the two new characters are going to be. And obviously, since we're on the Reddit over here, and I've seen so many people make different card concepts of UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of go over some of them and give you guys my overall thoughts and initial takes on what I think of them. I have seen some pretty interesting ideas, and then I've also seen some pretty, unbalanced, unrealistic ideas as well. But for the most part, a lot of these things that I've seen, I actually could see on one of these units, perhaps. So let's go ahead and jump into some of these ideas. I have a bunch of instances pulled up. I'm not sure if we're going to take a look at all of them, but I definitely want to take a look at several of them because I do like some of these concepts that people have made. So first one here, actually jump over here to see who made this one. Um, Shout out to Super Saiyan Ancient Being for this idea here. So UI Goku here, limit breaking power and representatives of Universe 7, 3 key, 170% to attack and defense, and then 150% to HP for the leader skill. Limit breaking power category. I wonder what that could look like. Seems like a pretty solid leader skill in my opinion. Super attack here. He raised attack on 12 key, causes Colossal, and then greatly raised attack for 1 turn, causes Mega Colossal on 18 key, so that's not bad. His passive here, wow, this is a novel. Alright, so he gets 3 key, 177% attack, and defense 77%. I would like that, in my personal opinion, to just be 177% attack and defense. Given the fact that LR Jin has 200%, I don't see it unrealistic that they couldn't give Goku at least 177% to attack and defense at the start of turn. Even 200% would make sense as well. I mean, given the fact that it's literally like Universe 7 themed, I get it. But that's just what I would like to see, in my opinion. But nonetheless, 170% attack is really strong. You know, the 77% defense is pretty low for an attack or a defensive buff at the start of turn. But the fact that he's going to be obviously an evading unit, that kind of counters that. So next, he evades enemy attacks, including super attacks, 5 turns from the start of battle. That's incredibly strong again. Literally, he can't be touched for the first 5 turns. That's. I don't know if they're going to go that broken, but I do expect him to have at least a high chance to dodge on the real unit. So we'll have to see. It says cannot be disabled, so obviously I'm not exactly sure what that means, what he's portraying to. But attacks guaranteed to hit. Wow. Disables enemy guard. That's gonna be really good for LR Tech Jiren, who needs that to be super effective against all types. So obviously, I expect UI Goku to work really well alongside Jiren, obviously, right? That would literally make sense. Then he also seals enemy super attack. This guy literally does everything. I feel like this is a little too broken, in my opinion, just from what I'm seeing so far, but let's continue. And enemy attack and defense minus 30% for 2 turns. Wow. When evading enemy's super attack. Oh my god, does that stack? If that stacks, I feel like he's a little too broken, but nonetheless, this idea is very crazy. And he also has a high chance to evade enemy attacks, including super attacks, when HP is 30% or above, starting from the 6th turn of battle. So obviously it's not guaranteed anymore. It's a high chance, which is 50% chance, I believe. So that's still very busted. And HP, he loses 15% at the start of turn from the 7th turn of battle. And he also revives upon HP falling to 0 when this card receives the last attack. Okay, so they're implementing the new revival skill mechanic into this idea. Okay. He also has an active skill, says I won't forgive you. He gets 7 ki, attack 59% for the whole Goku. Since if you guys aren't familiar, 5'9" is Goku in Japan, and 5'8" is Gohan. I believe 5'7" is Goten, so that's where they get that idea. And then attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. This guy literally does everything. Can be activated starting from the 6th turn of battle or when HP is 70% or below, with the representatives of Universe 7 category ally attacking in the same turn. So 6 turns. Or representatives of Universe 7 category. I mean, obviously you're gonna run this guy alongside other representatives of Universe 7, because you want to get Tournament of Power Link activated, right? That's 3 key. That's gonna be big for LRs, right? I just feel like it's a little restrictive. And 6 turns is a lot. That's a long way to go. So I don't know how often you're going to be seeing that active skill. See 70% or below. I mean, if he's reviving you with his HP, not sure how often you're going to see that active skill. But the idea, I like the idea of it. Obviously, his links godly power over flash, prepare for battle, first awaken, tournament of power, first battle, legendary power. And he's on several categories here, which is nice. I expect him to be the main unit that comes into game. I expect him to be on a lot of these categories. That'll be good. And here's what he looks like when he de-transforms. So his 12 key, he causes colossal damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. Wow. And his 18 key here, Mega Colossal, massively lowers defense with a high chance to seal the enemy's super attack. Wow, this guy is so broken. Not even funny. This would easily be the best unit in the game if this were the real card. And his he has a unit super attack. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage with a high chance to seal. Okay. So he'd be very good for Super Battle Road, specifically. And then obviously, with lowering attack and defense, basically any difficult mode in the game, this guy is going to destroy. Then you can activate it when key is 18 or more with an ally whose name includes Frieza attacking in the same turn. I like that. You're probably going to be running Angel Golden Frieza on like a representative Universe 7 team. So I guess that's fine. That's not too tough to get. Again, because a lot of the units that you're going to be running with this Goku are probably going to be Tournament of Power centric, I would assume, right? And then what's this? Massively raise attack and defense. Another unit super attack? Wait, I'm confused. He has 2 unit super attacks? Wait, am I missing something here? Okay, I'm not sure why he has 2 unit super attacks. Because we've never had a card that has 2. We've only ever had 1 Dokkan so far, so. So massively raise attack and defense, causing mega colossal damage, and the chance of performing a critical hit 50%, and a high chance to seal again. Okay. Then activated when keys 18 or more with an ally whose name includes Frieza, and an ally whose name includes 17 attacking in the same turn. So that's very restricted. You're never gonna see that, hardly ever. So I'm not sure about the second unit super attack. I like the idea. I feel like this card does a little bit too much, in my opinion. But overall, it's not a bad idea, right? There's definitely some things in there that I could definitely see being in the main unit when we get the info revealed. But overall, the whole concept of this card I do like for sure, right? So his passive skill here: attack and defense 120% when performing a super attack. Reduce damage received by 30%. E3 attack defense 20% per representative of Universe 7 ally attacking in the same turn. So he's a support type unit in base form. Okay. launches an additional attack with a high chance of becoming a super attack when there are 2 representatives of Universe 7 category allies, self-excluded, attacking in the same turn. Okay. Recovers 40% HP at the end of the turn when delivering the final blow. Yeah, this guy just does a lot overall. He's very evolved. No doubt, right? So his links here become Saiyan Warrior Race, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Experienced Fighters, Tournament Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So obviously, UI Goku is going to have some of the best links in the game. That's to be expected. So overall, a very good card concept. He does a little bit too much. I think he's a little bit too busted in my opinion. But again, some of these ideas in this card I could definitely see actually being in game for the real LRUI. So moving on to the next unit here. This one is posted by Aura Dragon 1. Okay, so he has a new category, Master Techniques. I like that idea, kind of. That would be interesting. And that doesn't really seem like one of these categories that they'd like to just pull out of their ass. I feel like that category could actually work if they do it right? And then full power, 170%, HP attack defense, 130% defense. Okay. I don't think UI Goku is gonna be a full power lead. I suppose I just don't really think so, not in my personal opinion, but I guess it wouldn't be the worst to have a new full power leader. But let's go ahead and move on with the card concept here. So this passive here gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, 100% chance to dodge all attacks for 4 turns, becomes 7% after. Okay. If facing a universal survival enemy, you can see super attacks. Okay, so with the passive, again, me personally, I think 100% attack and defense, anything below 120% is too low, in my opinion. Just where we're at with the state of Dokkan. Again, I think 150% for this brand new LR is what I would like to see. The fact that LR Jiren has 200%, it would just be very underwhelming to me for anything to be under 150%. 150% for the new LRUI Goku or Evolution Blue Vegeta, presumably. But I do like that he does have a guaranteed dodge for 4 turns. Like, that's really busted. I don't know if they're gonna go that far as to give him that. But even a 70% chance to dodge is very reliable. And it's enough, right? I don't think this UI Goku needs to be able to guarantee dodge, as nice as it would be, right? And then, being able to see super attacks is literally like one of the most broken abilities in the game already. So this guy would literally just be untouchable. So, to guarantee dodge, I mean, with being able to see super attacks, that's a little bit too broken to have those mechanics combined like that. This will definitely be, seeing super attacks. Oops, excuse me. Seeing super attacks would really be beneficial to as a support for other units on the team, right? But overall, I just don't see them giving a unit 100% chance to dodge everything with being able to see super attacks. But you never know, right? So he also has an active skill here. If super attack is launched during the previous turn, you can activate it. Oh, that's very easy to activate. I like that. You just have to launch a super attack. Okay, nice. Yeah, and then Goku's Rage Puncher, like that has to be one of his animations. That has to be. That's gonna look so good in game too. I cannot wait to see that. And then categories here. Low key might suck ass, but sounded cool in my head. Basically, characters who mastered a transformation or attack. So Golden Frieza and Resurrection F would not make it, but Tournament Power would. Rose would make it, but not base. Unless it's the int one. Huh. Okay. Overall, not a bad concept. I wish I could see a little more out of him. And what he was full. If this was more full thought out. But it's a nice start, right? There's definitely some things in here that I like. It's a little bit unrealistic in my opinion, just with the whole being able to see super attacks and guaranteed dodging for 4 turns. I don't think they're gonna go that far, like I said. But again, if this was fully thought out, I'm sure he'd have other good ideas. But overall, not a bad concept. So let's go ahead and talk about the next concept here. We have an Evolution Blue Vegeta one here. Who is this one by? Workless23. Alright, cool. So he is physical. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the typings of these other ones. I'm not sure if they have the typings here. This one doesn't. And this one's obviously AGL. We can tell by the coloring. So let's go back here. Physical. So limit breaker, another limit breaker category. Pure Saiyan's category attack and defense 170% and HP 150%. I would love for Vegeta to be a Pure Saiyan's leader. I definitely think that needs to happen because we need a new Pure Saiyan's leader so badly, and Vegeta has headlined that category since day one. So I definitely think it's time for a new Pure Saiyan's lead because literally no one ever runs that category, and it's one of the largest categories in Dokkan, and it's up there as being one of the most powerful. And getting a significant buff with this unit would be big time for that category. So that's one thing that I would really like to see with this new Evolution Blue Vegeta, presumably. So, we'll have to see. But this 12 key here, Saiyan God Rush, raises attack and lowers enemy defense, causes colossal damage to enemy. Okay, so he stacks and he lowers enemy defense. Not the biggest fan of lowering enemy defense. I've just found that to be pointless. But, another stacking unit is always nice for longer events. This 18 key final explosion stacks attack and defense with a high chance to stun and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. Okay. Passive skill here, attack defense 77%. I already mentioned to you guys how I feel about the attack and defense at the start of turn. Again, 77%. I get they're going with the whole Universe 7 theme. It's nice, but again, for LR Dokkan Fest in 2021, that's too low in my opinion. So, especially again when LR Gen has 200% at the start of turn. So that's just how I feel. Any guards, all attacks, that's already broken. Literally guarding any unit that guarantees guards is just insane. You can't deny that, right? So he also has a chance to perform additional attacks plus 5% for each attack taken, up to 50%, when facing a Universal Survival Saga category enemy. Guaranteed crits. Okay, not bad. And he also has the revival skill here. When HP hits 0 while Evolution Blue Vegeta is on rotation, heals team's health by 50%, gives team a 30% attack and defense buff for 1 turn. So he's sort of I like that idea. It was sort of a support type deal going on there. I like that. It's just, it's going to be interesting to see how these revival mechanics work. Because falling to 0 HP, especially with some of these teams in Dokkan, it's incredibly difficult. So again, we'll have to see how the revival mechanic is active in game, and so we can fully see how it's being able to be functioned. But if it's not something that's super restrictive, I feel like it could work really well. But definitely, having to deal with HP restrictions in this game is definitely the worst, and I'm not a big fan of it. So I hope you don't have to fall to 0 HP to activate it, because that's just gonna be, a nightmare to try and get. You're really gonna have to go out of your way to take damage if that's the case. And so far from what we know with these revival skills is that it's gonna be like a counter animation that's gonna end the turn apparently. So we don't have any in-game video files of it yet, but I'm sure within the next couple of days we'll get a better glance at just how they work, and we'll get a better idea of it all. So not a bad concept here. I definitely don't think he's overly broken or anything like that. I definitely think he seems pretty well balanced. Definitely nothing too crazy in here. I do like the 5% attack plus for each attack taken. So he needs to build up. That kind of makes sense for Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? But again, he's a little bit restricted in who he's facing, right? To get the guaranteed crits. Overall, not a bad concept. I feel like maybe they could have done a little bit more with the idea. But overall, again, not bad, not bad. So let's go ahead and talk about the next unit here. Who is this one by? Dono from Nick Gurr. Okay. Universe 7 or LR category. An LR category. I like that. I never even thought about that. An LR category. Huh. E7 and HP attack and defense 177%. There's not a crazy ton of LRs on the Universe 7 category though. That's the only probably negative thing that I would have to say about the leader skill. It's a really good leader skill overall. An LR category would be really interesting, especially with links. Kind of given how Joint Forces is mostly LRs already and how wonky that category is. You're definitely gonna need, actually, that support real item, the Whis one with the 3 key, would be really good for an LR category if that were to ever come to Dokkan. So I like the idea of having an LR category. And this guy as a leader for it definitely could be viable, right? I definitely think it's definitely a deserving card for an LR category lead, right? So I like that idea overall. So his 12 key causes colossal damage with an extremely great chance to stun all enemies. Okay, extremely great chance. This one might be a meme card because that's not a real thing in Dokkan. Extremely great chance. What is that? 90%? I don't know about that, but stunning where it can be viable is always nice, right? Especially in Super Battle Road. His 18 key causes mega colossal damage and ultimately raises attack and defense. They stacks while mega ultimately lowering enemy attack. Okay, definitely not realistic. Stacking attack and defense while lowering enemy attack. I could definitely see that on the actual UI Goku. That would definitely be a very powerful and strong super attack mechanic. Again, he's super AGL, so we've seen a lot of these concepts being super AGL and physical. So his super attack here, no, his passive, excuse me, he gets attack and defense 131%. Not sure why they came up with that number, but okay. Then he guards activated against Universe 7 or Universe 6 or Universe 11 category enemies. So that would be very restrictive to get. Then he counters all attacks with ultra tremendous power. Okay. Dodges all attacks when in the first or second or third slot. So I presume that's guaranteed dodges. Stats increase each turn. Speed 30% to all allies. Okay. And crits when facing enemy. Speed. What does he mean by speed? And crits when facing enemy. He just guaranteed crits. So he guarantees dodges, guaranteed crits. Stacking attack and defense, lowering enemy attack. I don't know about this card. I feel like it's way too broken. Again, to get his full passive, he's going to be very restricted in who you're fighting against. That's the only negative with this idea. Active skill, fuck you, Jiren. Yeah, this is definitely a meme card because they're not going to put that in game. Fills Dokkan meter. Oh my god. Can you imagine UI Goku automatically filling the Dokkan meter? What? Yeah. Yeah, just ends the game. How about that? Yeah, that's really broken. So he causes ultra ultimate damage and stuns enemy 59 turns. And yeah, this is a meme. Okay, sure. It sends 300 stones to give box and makes Pycon optimal. I love this unit. Can be activated when the Dokkan battle app is running. 59 times only. Okay. I see you, Dono from Nick Gurr. I like your card concept here. It's very balanced. Yeah. Very, very, very balanced. Revival skill. Heals is some shit. I don't know, I'm out of space. It's a good excuse, bud. Very cool card concept. Definitely. I would definitely summon for this unit. No doubt. Moving on here. So, next user here we have Nissan 101. Very nice layout. Actually click it to make it bigger here. So, he is another AGL typing, as you can see there at the top. Categories. Several categories. Kamehameha, Legendary Power, Prepare for Battle, Over in a Flash, The First Awaken, Tournament of Power, and Godly Power. So again, I expect this UI Goku to link incredibly well with the STR LR Omen Goku. I expect them to probably have mostly the same links. So they're going to work really well, the two of them. Again, alongside LR Jiren too. Don't forget about him. So his super skill, he has Boundless Limits. Wonder what that would include. And Realm of Gods. E3, attack and defense 170% and HP 150%. So that seems like a pretty realistic leader skill. I definitely think this UI Goku is gonna lead Realm of Gods because we definitely need a new leader. Beerus is good, but he's not the best fit for that team as a leader, in my opinion. So definitely having this guy as a replaced leader for that team would definitely help overall. Because again, it's like Realm of Gods really needed the buff, and you might make the case that Realm of Gods is the best team in the game, and after the 60th anniversary, it very well could be. With the 2 new LRs included, we'll have to see. So he has his 12 key super attack, lowering defense and disable enemy guard, causes colossal damage to the enemy. So again, that would help LR attack Jiren, who needs that to be super effective against all types. And his 18 key, he has him doing stacking attack and defense for 1 turn. And then disable enemy guard, causing him colossal damage. Nice. Passive skill here. Attack and defense 77%. Great chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attacks. So that is a 70% chance. High chance is 50%, and then great chance is 70%. And that got updated with the recent update with all of the medium and high chance procs. It used to be 30% and they raised it to 50%. So literally every unit in the game that that applies to just got buffed from that update. So keep that in mind as well. Then he gains an additional key per key sphere obtained. So he has the LR Tech Gohan effect. I definitely love that mechanic. It makes getting 18 key supers a joke. Attack and defense 11 per attack evaded. Up 11. I don't know. Up to 77%. Okay. Counters with tremendous power if enemy super attack is evaded. Okay, so Goku being a counter unit, I definitely could see it. Not sure. It would make sense, I guess. Yeah, this would definitely have to be his counter animation, that punch. I think that would really make the most sense in my opinion, but we'll see. Then he also has a revival skill here. Recovers 55% HP once only, 5 key attack and defense 50%, and foresees enemy super attacks for 10 turns. Can be activated when HP falls below 30%, will save you from game overs, and can only trigger once. So this guy is very reminiscent of STR Vegito, STR Goku and Vegeta Angel unit. There's definitely ideas in here that would work. I could see being a part of the real unit in game. Again, it's just how these revival skills are going to play out. We're not sure yet. But again, I just hope they don't make it too restrictive so you can actually see them. Because having to deal with an HP restriction, like I said, is very annoying at times and it's very difficult. And depending on how restrictive it might be, you might never ever see the revival skills. So that could be a little bit of a negative for the card. But ultimately we'll just have to see how it ends up playing out. So he also has an active skill here. Attack and defense 100% and guaranteed chance to evade enemies' attacks, including super attacks for 1 turn. So that's crazy. Can be activated when HP is 77% or less, starting from the 3rd turn. That's actually not very restrictive. So you can get that active skill very frequently in most modes in the game. Um, Very strong for something like Extreme Super Battle Road, the most difficult content in the game, I would easily say. Um, so I definitely think, this new LRUI Goku and Vegeta are definitely going to be some of the best units for that content. No doubt about that, right? Um, he also has an Evolution Blue Vegeta one. Let's actually take a look at that one, because this one's really well done too. So let's zoom in here so we can see what we're looking at here. So Vegeta here, in terms of his links, he has Super Saiyan, Legendary Power, Prepare for Battle, Prodigies, First Battle, Tournament of Power, and Warrior Gods. So again, alongside the AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, I presume this Vegeta is going to link exceptionally well. He has him as Super Int. Okay. And then categories here, Boundless Limits is the new category that he's introducing with this card. He has Universal Survival Saga, representatives of Universe 7, Vegeta's family, Honor Master and Disciple, Pure Saiyans, Realm of Gods, All Out Struggle, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, Final Trump card, and Full Power. So yes, I really want to see a Final Atonement, new Evolution Blue Vegeta come to Dokkan. I definitely think this is what we're going to see against Tobo. And if it is this moment, maybe Tobo could be the secondary unit because we do need a new one. Or well, we did just get the Int one, so I don't know. But we do need an LR God of Destruction Topo. I definitely think he's deserving of that. But I think Kabe as the secondary unit is probably more likely. It'd be more fitting for Vegeta, given that he made his promise to Kabe to try and win the tournament power. So we'll see what the secondary banner units look like, but let's talk about his leader skill here. So Boundless Limits is the new category he's introducing here. And Realm of Gods, 3 key, attack and defense 170% and HP 150%, so very reminiscent of what UI Goku had. I do presume that these two new LRs are going to function kind of similarly, the way they like to with these Goku and Vegeta units. They're gonna kind of counteract each other, be very reminiscent, sort of opposites of each other. I do expect them to be designed in that way, as they typically like to. So his 12 key super attack here, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage. His 18 key, he raises attack, greatly raises defense for 1 turn. I think that's a typo. I think it's supposed to be greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Fine. Then his passive skill here, attack and defense 77%. Again, I feel like that's a little too low. That's just my opinion. Launches 2 additional attacks with a high chance of becoming a super attack. Okay, so he's very reminiscent of the AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, the standalone one that we have. Gains an additional key per key sphere. Again, the LR Tech Gohan mechanic. I love that ability. Critical chance 11% per attack launched up to 77%. Yeah, nice. Attack defense 60% for 1 turn when attack is received. So I presume that's probably in relation to Kabe for Universe 6. That's probably where he got that idea. So he's a support type unit too. I like that. I like that idea. Revival skill. Recovers 55% HP once only, key 5 attack and defense 50%, and launches 2 additional super attacks for 10 turns. Oh wow. That's really busted. Can be activated when HP falls below 30%, will save you from game overs, and can only be triggered once. And then his active skill here, Final Explosion, attack and defense 100% for 1 turn, guaranteed chance to stun enemies and causes ultimate damage to the enemy, sacrifices 10% HP, can be activated when HP is 77% or less, starting from the 3rd turn of battle. I feel like he probably should lose a little bit more HP, just given the fact that this final attack literally almost kills him, right? So, it's not the worst idea ever, 10%. Again, with these revival skills, if they're going to be so restricted in terms of HP, you might want to sacrifice a little bit more HP just to help you out so you can actually see these skills, right? But that's just my idea. Overall, not a very restrictive active skill. You'll definitely be able to see this in most modes in the game. Hopefully the animation for this looks amazing. I really expect it to. We need this in Dokkan ASAP, and I expect it to be a thing for LR Evolution Blue Vegeta for the 6th year anniversary. So overall, a very good card concept for UI Goku and Vegeta here. I really like the layout. It's very clean, it's organized, it's easy to read. Kudos to Nissan 101. Did a really good job, my man. Finishing up with this final card for the video, we have Limit Breaking Hope Goku and Frieza Final Form Angel with 17. Yeah, this moment I definitely think needs to be in Dokkan somehow. The fact that he's tech though, with tech Goku and Frieza already, I'm not so sure. I think the typing needs to be different. Just my opinion though. So he has as the leader skill Joint Forces, 3 key, 170% of stats, or Full Power, 3 key and 150% of stats. Okay. Super attack here causes colossal damage and lowers attack and defense. Okay, very nice. Mega Colossal and lowering attack and defense on 18 key. That's nice. Definitely a very strong super attack mechanic there. His passive skill, he gets attack and defense 77% when attacking, plus an additional attack and defense 77% when performing an ultra super attack. Okay. Plus an additional attack and defense 77% when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. Oh, that would be really good for physical Blue Goku and Vegeta. Well, yeah, yeah, it would because they're unrepresented as Universe 7, yeah. I was thinking Realm of Gods for a minute, but I was like, no, this unit isn't going to be on. So, yeah, for representatives of Universe 7, this is the unit that we need for them. That would be so huge because they rely on getting rainbow key spheres in. Having a unit like this that provides them that would be huge. So I definitely think we need a unit like this, no doubt. Then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres when there are only representatives of Universe 7 category allies attacking the same turn. So again, what I just mentioned is what we need. 100%. I like that idea. Then his links here are Over and Flash, Experienced Fighters, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Tournament Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So he's going to obviously work really well with representatives of Universe 7 characters. Categories here: Universal Survival Saga, Full Power, representatives of Universe 7, Joint Forces, and All Out Struggle. It's going to be interesting to see how well this guy is going to work on Joint Forces and Full Power. I feel like maybe that's not the best leader skill for him. It's definitely an interesting idea, but I do definitely like the rainbow key sphere changing aspect of him. That's a very strong mechanic to have for a unit in today's meta of Dokkan. I've said it a lot, but we need more characters that orb change in general, and having a unit like this would definitely make that idea much more feasible. I really like that idea. So I definitely think this would be a very strong unit. He's getting a lot of attack and defensive buffs, obviously lowering attack and defense as well on super. Overall, a very strong unit. Boarding, doing everything that he does. The card concept is very well done, in my opinion. So I guess that's gonna wrap it up for the different card concepts that we looked at. I have a couple more here, but I feel like this video has gone long enough. I'm actually starting to get a little tired. Your boy's voice is kind of going out, but nonetheless, we took a look at some incredible card concepts. I've seen some really good ones. If you guys have some of your own that you want to share with me, you can actually DM me over on Twitter and Instagram as well at ShadowX1017. That's where you guys can find me. If you have any ideas, you can also post what you think in the comments below. I'll go around and read them, and maybe I'll even respond to yours. You never know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta might look like in terms of typings, because we did see a lot of AGL for Goku and some physical for Vegeta, but I want to see a little bit more of what you guys think. So with that, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, your boy's clocking out. Shadow X. See you guys in the next one.